Have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Views.
What it do? What it?
This is your boy Prod. Ain't no one hotter. My bad, Dice. I didn't mean to do you like that.
Nah, you good.
I didn't mean to do you like that. But what's good, gentlemen? Good evening.
Yo, what's up, boys?
Ooh.
What it do? What it do? What
Shout
up,
out,
world?
Shout out.
B is funny. You saw how you said what up. You said like this. Yeah, B is currently he's a bouncer at this Haitian party in the Haitian church on Flatbush.
Nigga said he a bouncer. I'm dead.
So he has a lot of background music right now. Don't unmute yourself, B. It's fine. They don't need to hear it. But gentlemen, what is today? Saturday, May 21st. Let's get right into the business. We want to quickly follow up on our topic, not from our latest episode, the episode prior to that, where the Buffalo mass shooting happened. Obviously, terrible situation. Again, our condolences to the family out there. But on this clip, we actually have I believe it's the assistant operations manager or something like that, where she attempted to make a 911 call. And basically, this is what happened.
People inside the supermarket. A store employee called 911, but because she needed to speak in a whisper, she says the emergency dispatcher got angry with her and hung up. Now, the dispatcher is suspended and may lose her job. The employee joins me now. Her name is Letitia Rogers, an assistant office manager at the supermarket. Letitia, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. Listen, let's start with where you were when the shooting happened. Tell us how this started for you.
It was about 2:30 in the afternoon. I was at the service desk working with two other coworkers. I had just sent one of the young ladies on lunch, and me and my other coworker were working. I was actually on the phone with a customer. She had a customer at her window, and then all of a sudden, you heard and felt these really two large booms, and we just kind of stopped and looked like, what was that? And then I looked up out the window and I saw this customer, this lady for her shopping cart. She just stopped and she just had this really funny look on her face, and then she just turned to run. And that was only like a few seconds, but it seemed way longer than that. And next thing you know, you just kept hearing boom, 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 and you hear them coming inside the store. And all we could do was just drop to the ground. The young lady I was working with, she proceeded to open the door and she crawled out on her stomach. I couldn't move that fast, so I just laid down flat on the floor and got against the counter and praying that he didn't see me. And during this whole time, it's just constant, just shooting. He won't stop. It's constantly going. And I was trying to think fast, and I'm like, I have to call 911. So I reached in my back pocket because my phone was back in my back pocket, and I dialed 911. And it takes you to like an operator. You have to go through first, and then it gives you to the operator. So it sounded like he was going back to the store, but he's still, as this is all going, he's just still shooting and just shooting. It just sounds like you're in the middle of a battlefield. And when the lady came on the phone, I proceeded to whisper because I didn't know how many people there were in the store or anything. I just didn't want to be heard. And I said, ma'am, please send help. I gave her the address and I said, please send help. There's a person in the store shooting. And she proceeded to say to me, what? I can't hear you. Why are you whispering? You don't have to whisper. They can't hear you. So I said, ma'am, he's still in the store. He's still shooting. And around this time, he's literally still shooting in the background. And I could hear him, like you can hear the shooting coming back to the front. So out of nervousness, I dropped my phone, but it was in front of me. So the phone never hung up. And because I didn't have it to my ear, I couldn't hear what she was saying. and she said something, and then she hung up the phone. So I hurry up and put my phone on silent so my phone didn't ring out loud, because my phone rings loud when it starts ringing. I didn't want to be heard. So I had to think of the next person to call, and I called my boyfriend, and I called him, and
All right. So the interview kind of goes a little bit longer than that, but I felt that was enough of the point there. So basically, to kind of wrap that up, what she basically does, she calls her boyfriend, communicates with him in the same tone, obviously having to whisper and, to communicate like, hey, can you call 911? She also received a FaceTime call from another employee that works there. Same thing, she picked up, she whispered, used the same tone. So the issue for her was, everyone else was able to hear her while she was whispering, but the 911 person, the operator, didn't hear. And basically, what she's saying is that the operator just didn't want to be bothered. She was annoyed at the fact. She's like, you don't have to whisper; they can't hear you. So I guess whoever's in charge of that call center for 911, they basically launched an investigation, and it came to find out that the operator was in the wrong. I guess they
Somebody
must
needs to mute their mic.
I was just
Somebody
about to
needs to
say,
mute their mic.
Who's that? B.
That's B.
B. We not doing this tonight. B.
yo, honestly and truthfully, she broke the law, like that 911 operator, because they're not supposed to hang up the phone ever, and if the phone hangs up, they're supposed to call back. That's by law. They have to find out what's going on, and if they don't get a response, they're supposed to send a unit over there. So like what that lady did,
that's a fact.
operator, she went completely against the law. Like that's ridiculous.
That's
bro.
just
No. I'm muting you. I'm muting you.
And for someone sitting there remotely, even attitudes is not. It should never be present when you're a 911 operator. That's not even a part of the emotional. That's not your job, dude. Like you're supposed to take down information. You're there as the most calm. You're supposed to think through all of the commotion and get the answers needed in order to send a right unit out. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It's hard. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's and the 911 operator was who hung up the call. It didn't like hang up, like she hung up, or he. I'm guessing it's a she, because I think she was saying she.
Yeah, she
It was
said
a she. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah. First off, like I feel bad for just the people in Buffalo that had to deal with that. I said it last week, man. Condolences to everybody going there. That's like horrific. But to be in that type of situation and have this compile, like add on to it, you have not only do you have an active shooter, but then you have like an incompetent person manning what or life and death scenarios. You gotta listen. I'm never gonna advocate for somebody to get fired, or because people make mistakes. But this person should be in another position. I'm not saying fire her. Like they should just move her somewhere else, because you can't be in charge of people's lives if you're gonna be that, if you're gonna do your job that badly. You're like what it calls. She should be ashamed of herself, And if you keep watching that video, man, I feel for this woman, man, because she gave a great interview, and I wish you would play it to the end, because like it really like drives home like what people go through when they go through these traumatic things, because you can see her like just holding it together, trying to hold it together for the cameras, but what she went through is extremely traumatic, and she's gonna live with this for the rest of her life. She might, if she even recovers. Hopefully she does. She seems like a very strong-minded individual.
B, we not doing this tonight. B, we not doing this. B.
Yo,
Muted
B. Yo, this dude B.
So Dice, quick question. You were saying basically like they're not supposed to. Well, obviously, if they do hang up, I mean, I guess what the question is like, obviously she failed, so she was supposed to call back, right? That's what you're basically saying.
Well, here's the thing. If you're making a call to 911 and like you just so happen to like the call lose service, whatever case may be, they're supposed to call you back. That's just like by law. That's what they have to do. And if they can't get in contact with you, they have to send out a unit. For anybody as a 911 operator to even remotely like just hang up or not call back or not report it or not send out a unit, just completely ignore the situation, it's like, dude, that's multiple laws being broken at once. Like attitudes are prohibited inside of this type of profession. Like you got people who are going to be screaming, you got rape victims, you got domestic violence victims, you have people getting shot at, people in the midst of the most terrible things in their lives. You think somebody got the ability to sit here and not whisper? That's one. Two, yo, dude, like in the most traumatic situations, if something happened and a person can't necessarily scream when they're under attack or if they're running from an attacker, this seems to bring the danger closer. And like they're trained through this type of stuff. Stay silent. Tell a person to speak clearly, even if they are whispering, so you can kind of get a 411 on what's going on. Like it's just so many things that like she completely went against, bro. It was like, dude, what? Yo, man, it's too much things adding up. Like the fact that like a lot of things didn't go right. If you kind of get what I'm saying, in order for so much to go wrong for this type of situation that have succeeded the way it did, it's amazing.
No, and to kind of what Q was referencing in the remainder of the video, she definitely breaks down at some point, because one thing that he did that we don't see a lot is he asked her, how are you, like how are you doing, like and the minute he asked her that, whatever, she was trying to keep it together, as Q said, but like she broke down, and you could tell that was like a really, really, really crazy experience. And and I try to put myself in their shoes, and could you imagine like something like that is going on, you're hiding, scared for your life, and the one outlet, the one source that you have that you can call for help just hangs up on you in the midst of like your one lifeline, and just hangs up on you. It's ridiculous. And then for her to have to reach out to someone else in order to get in contact with 911. And she was also talking about how like she heard the shooter coming back, and when the shooter, I had we're not doing this tonight, B.
Jesus Christ, man.
Try to.
And then
oh my God,
and she basically drops her phone, and she's just terrified. So I think for me, I think what they said, they're going to hold a meeting for this operator, and he said they're looking to terminate her. So I'm assuming what they did is they, played the tapes back. They, they listened to it. They probably listened to it the way that she did to see if clear, like, was she loud enough to be heard, regardless if she was whispering or not. And I think they came to that conclusion, like, yo, we can still hear what she's saying. So, so that person will be out of a job. Because again, man, one thing that she said was, I felt like I was gonna die that day, and it's true, man. Like you're trying to call for help, and then they just hang up on you. So
help's not coming. Sad.
Yeah. B, what's up, man? Talk to us, man.
Yo, Dice is correct though, bro. She broke a couple of laws, but it's like, what kind of sense do you have? You hear her whispering, maybe there's something wrong. Send a unit, do something. Instead, you hang up the phone in her face. Now, if she had died, God forbid she died, who was at fault? It would have been you. That's unprofessional. One, that's not even uncourteous. Two, and basically you have no regard for someone's life. She calls you, she's whispering. That means there's something wrong. You can hear us. I can hear you because you can hear the tape. You can hear her saying it's an active shooter. Someone in the store shooting some people. Instead, you said, "Oh, I can't hear you." And hang up the phone. Like, what the fuck is wrong? I'm sorry, bro. My language, but I know what's wrong with people, bro. Like and first of all, everybody knows if you call 911 and the phone hangs up, you lost service, they're gonna send a unit. Someone's coming to see what's going on. Why'd you hang up the phone? Are you okay? She don't even send a unit. She just hangs up the phone and just, okay, I'm done with you. I can't hear you, so you don't deserve to be saved. After that, how are you gonna feel after that? After you found out the same person that called you, she's calling you because someone was shooting in her store near her feet. She's laying down, hiding in a corner, crouching, begging for her life to be saved, and you hung up the phone on her. How do you go on living with knowing that you did that? You hung up the phone on the person, not giving two flying about her life. What happens to her? If she dies, if she lives, it's on her. She should have talked louder. Like
That's
some people
messed
deserve this. Like I say, she's is investigation be terminated. It shouldn't be no investigation. That's just investigation is just formality, bro. She needs to be terminated. She needs to be terminated. She should have been terminated the minute that happened, bro. The fact that you hung up on anybody's face, bro. I know hanging up on someone's face is rude. I was taught that as a kid. If someone calls you and you don't want to talk to them, hang up in their face is the most. It's two things I learned about disrespect. Hanging up someone's face and spitting in their face is the utmost disrespect. If someone calls you and you're not at your personal house, you're not on your personal phone, you are at work phone. You are a 911 operator. Somebody calls you for help. She's whispering. You don't know what the situation is. Instead of you investigate and see what's wrong. If she can't hear, send a unit. Call her back. You didn't call her back. You didn't send a unit. You just said, you know what? Forget you. Forget your life. Go ahead and die somewhere.
Well,
That's how basically.
I understand your emotions behind it, but I don't think I don't think they went that far. I just think what she was saying is the operator said she couldn't hear her.
No, bro. If she hangs up, if I call you, I'm whispering. You can't hear what's going on with me.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think something's wrong. Would you hang up the phone in my face, or would you try to find out? Am I okay?
If we lost connection, I would call you back, and I think that's where the operator went wrong. But I don't think the intent was like, oh, forget you, you can go and die. Because if she didn't hear, well, the thing is, she's saying she couldn't hear the woman, and that's why she hung up. But my thing is, even if you couldn't hear her, you didn't hear the gunshots in the background. That gun wasn't that wasn't a simple weapon there. That was high-end artillery, so you can hear that thing thumping in the background. So at least even if you couldn't hear the woman, you can hear the weapon going off, because that was one thing in the interview. She was like, while I was on the call, he was still letting off shots.
Yeah.
So even if you couldn't hear her, but you hear the whispering, you hear the gunshots, that's just like, hey, I can't hear this woman, but they're shooting in her background. We got to get here. This is the address. This is what it is. Let's go.
There's a major thing that I'm going to bring up. In these offices, or not offices, but in these professional centers of a 911 operating system or whatever, where they work at their station.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a proximity map that's actually up, right, where crime is like high, so that if things are not correctly like spoken of, they can send out a unit, because this is an area known for this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is that area, for a fact, that we all know, though, that area is one of the major areas that crimes happen. Okay, so even if you didn't hear clearly, even if it's like a person whispering and you can't, there's too much pointing at the fact that this is not an area where you should just leave that alone. Even if it was a area where it's like nobody, there's not too much crime, or the rate is a little bit low, it's still the same thing. It's kind of like this person literally opted out of being a human or something, bro. It's weird, dude. Like that's not typical behavior of an operator. That shit is just weird, dude. Pardon my language.
Some people are just bad at their jobs. I don't know if you guys noticed, like the service everywhere and everything. Everybody's just really bad at their jobs, especially a new crop of Zennials and Millennials. Those kids have no brains, man. Like everybody's like in a haze. Like nobody thinks forward. Probably just have a really dumb person. There are dumb people in all these jobs, man. I should know. I work for the power company, and there's a lot of dumb people in my job.
And that's one of the last places you want dumb people.
Nah.
Yeah.
I work for a very...
What's your job, Q?
I actually have a very good company where it's good for they're good with redundancies. So like there's a plan to cover every mess up. So that's one thing my company does very well.
That's how most companies should be, though.
Yeah, not everybody.
Backup.
Absolutely, but how do you back that up? Somebody a dumb 911 caller.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up on this call and move on to the next. What's the backup for that? I mean, obviously the backup for the potential victim there, she had to call her brother, and so he can call 911. So I guess that was the backup on her end. But as far as like, again, I don't understand why there was no callback. She also said that she ran to, she quickly put her phone on silent, because just in case she was expecting a call back. She's like, oh, just in case they call, she doesn't want him to hear the phone ringing and he
be alerted.
checks.
Yes.
Yeah, so
You could tell she watch movies, bro. That's the thing
Yeah.
in movies. We all look and we be like, yo, why would you not mute your phone, dude?
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
used it.
No, just black people are just very what do you call it? Survivalists. That's why I think, you know.
It's true. It's true. And look, you know, we didn't play the video when we were showing this, but I sent it to you guys. And right at the very end, you notice like the white cashier, he's just like hiding in between the aisles,
Yep.
and he points the gun at him and sees that he's white, and he goes, "Oh, sorry."
Sorry.
Prada, you
that's
don't have
what
that?
pissed me.
You don't have that?
Yo,
I said,
I
yo,
have
that's
it.
what pissed me off the most,
No.
bro.
Oh, I should play. You don't. Oh, you don't think they'll flag us and burn us to hell?
Yeah, no flag us, don't pay it.
Yeah.
Because
Don't flag us.
it's the uncut live
It's okay,
black.
bro.
Yeah,
It's the
Dark-
cinematic.
We can't.
I sent you a link where it was just him saying "excuse me." Damn.
Hey, yo, you know what?
Oh,
You could drop the link, and you know, for the people who's watching, I mean, they
Yeah.
can
Drop
check
the link on the
out.
Facebook. Drop the
Yeah.
link on the Facebook.
no,
on
I
the,
have the
on
actual
YouTube.
video. I have the actual video itself. So,
Oh no! Don't play the video. Don't play the video. They will
I don't
flag
have
us,
it.
bro. They will flag us in a minute.
Yeah.
They'll flag us,
Hold on, I'll see if I can send you something. Something that
bro.
that's decent.
That part had me. That's the part that had me twisted, bro. Like how you gonna say I'm sorry? Because
he's white. he didn't
Hey,
come there to kill him. He's scared. He
I put a
scared
hole in
him.
the wall because of that, bro.
He was
He's scared of white person,
apologizing.
so it was okay for you to kill blacks and Latinos, but the fact that he was white, it was not. Yo, some people make me sick, bro. That's sick.
I mean, people exist. Those people existed before we were born. I'm not surprised at all, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They make babies.
No, I'm not
too.
surprised. I'm just sick to
They
see
make
it.
babies too.
No, I'm not
They
surprised.
just
I'm not
hide
surprised. I've been through
themselves
it.
much better.
They don't hide themselves. They don't hide themselves, bro. They don't hide themselves.
Nah, man, they do.
They do.
Not
It's
all, but they do.
You're not getting hosed down for drinking from the same fountains.
There's some places in this country you do.
We can say we have an understanding of the suffering that our ancestors went through, but we can't say we've been through the same thing. It's a
Oh no, we ain't been to the same struggle. I ain't been to the same struggle that my great ancestor been to. I ain't been to
which
it.
is why we shouldn't waste opportunities, which is why we should continue to thrive because of their sacrifices, the things that they went through.
Because they sacrificed a lot to get us to this place. Without them, bro, we would not be nowhere near. I would not be on that today if it was my great grandfather, bro. Where would my family be, bro? My family bloodline would have been somewhere gone by now.
The whole culture, man.
Yo, bro, everybody be making it seem like they would do something different. Check this out. if I was back in the days, bro, I would probably, move efficient or move like everybody else is moving, depending on where you were born, because it's the environment. Of course, if you're living in this day and age, you're living in a total different environment, judging a total different environment. So of course you're gonna say what you would do because you were taught things how to evade. Back in those days, things were different. That's one. Two, if I'm inside of that supermarket, you could talk how you want to talk. When you hear a gun go doof, doof, and you hear people screaming and then go silent, your whole brain changes. It goes from what you may have seen in Call of Duty or in a movie, like, bro, I gotta survive. Where is this coming from? Who's doing this? And I gotta make my way out of this situation. You don't go, let me stand up and grab a rod or something and go fight. No, that sounds like an AR-15. I'm not prepared to take bullets, so I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you even heard it in what she said. She said she heard doom, and then like everything happened really slow. She said she saw the person's face, and then the person took off. The customer had a shopping cart, left the shopping cart, and ran the other way. Like everything, like even her, like what do you call it? When the adrenaline is pumping, like everything slows down. So you could tell she's already in shock. Or what do you call it? Her adrenaline's already pumping. Her natural instincts are kicking in, and she hasn't seen it yet, but she knows exactly what's happening. That's why time slows down. Horrific, man. Horrific. I feel bad. Terrible, man.
And she's and I felt it, man. She was like, I felt like I was gonna die that day. And I mean, again, 911 hangs up on you. All you have that's really protecting your life is a counter that's blocking your presence. And he could look over that counter at any given time. So
that's it. Yep.
The reality, people have to understand when you go through an event like that, a part of you actually dies.
Yeah.
There is an innocence in everyone that when you come across something that's that traumatic, even something a little bit lower than that, a part of you dies. That innocent part of you that don't think that this can happen or that this is feasible. And then some people's brain can't get with it and they go a little nuts. Some people, you gotta put a gate or a wall up because that's traumatic, man. Like you gotta go through everyday life understanding that you possibly could have died.
It happened again.
It ain't easy. That's not easy to overcome. So you can talk however you want.
We're not doing this tonight.
Oh, yo, bro, your fingers is on it.
Yeah, I got you.
Bro, they got the auto aim.
I got you, bro. No, it's true that you say that because that's something that she's mentioned in the interview. She said, when it's too quiet, she panics.
Play the end of that video.
I didn't add that. So when
okay, I got you.
Yeah, because I didn't
Got you.
I'll leave it next time. I just didn't want to leave it so
long. No worries.
But again, our condolences to the people out there. I actually spoke to some of my guys out there, Jerry and Steve Dice, you know them. And they out there and literally, like he was like his girlfriend lives 2 blocks away from that supermarket, and they were actually supposed to go to the supermarket, but her friend, she got into a car accident, so instead of going there, they went to go pick her up. And in the midst of that, that's what they see on Facebook. There's a shooting going on. So it's so crazy how it's like you dodge something that insane. I think everyone goes through life, where there's like, oh, I was supposed to go somewhere, but I didn't go, and then something terrible happened at that spot.
That's God. That's the universe. Things gotta happen. It's some people. I'm sorry. It's just weird that things gotta happen to certain people for the rest of the world to learn a lesson or to figure out there's a better way to move than the way we move.
Absolutely,
dude. There's nothing you can do with a situation like that. This is like an impossible in this day and age. This should be an impossible scenario, an impossible situation. Like it's one thing to get hit by a car or something happens, like a malfunction, and then the lights in a car smashes another car and then it hits you. Things happen, right? But what you have is a very disgusting, horrible monster of a person, a soulless individual, going out and killing people just because somebody's not the same shade color as them. Like, who walks out and thinks, oh, I'm just gonna kill people today? Like, who thinks, oh yeah, well, I should be careful, man. The train, things might happen on the train. I may fall on it, slip and fall on the tracks. I may get hit by, like, shit happens, right? You pass out. For a seedy person to come out and to say, I'm just gonna go kill people. Nobody can prepare. You can't prepare for that.
Yeah, let me drive 200 miles to go to a supermarket like that. The people in the supermarket, man, it's the last thing. I'm not thinking I'm in danger. I'm thinking about what I need for the cupboards, what do I need to put in the freezer. I'm calling my wife like, hey, I got all this stuff. Am I missing anything? So,
and he was there before. He was there the day before. He was there the day before doing reconnaissance.
That's crazy.
He was there the day before, bro.
Has there been any update on the case? I haven't, like in terms of like sentencing or anything. Has he gone to court yet?
No, I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard. All right, cool.
Have you heard anything, Dice? I haven't heard anything.
Nah.
B
usually knows all this stuff. B, you heard anything?
Nah.
B, you're muted.
Yeah, Jimmy keep muting me, bro.
Yeah. It sounds like a Wreck-It Ralph over there by you, man. Every time you put that, you take that mute off. You hit that mute
background get crazy.
Your background is horrible, bro.
Now you seem to be decent.
Yeah, when I had to go outside, bro.
That's right. All right, so B didn't hear anything. So,
yo, you keep muting me, bro.
Because your background is crazy.
I know, bro. I know.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to the next crazy situation, man.
No, they watched the whole thing. They watched the whole thing.
Man, stop
Go ahead. They want to arrest me also. He's watching, man. Ain't no way to wear it. Yeah. Or so.
But the one on the floor had a bunch of needles and stuff, but he good.
I'm gonna update you. That man, he admitted, if you open up, he admitted. Me watching the whole thing, he's swung on the flat, he's swung. He reads it. I'm not gonna shut up, it's the public reason. It's not no subject, I'm giving the story the way it was.
Damn.
Yo,
that's crazy, bro.
Yo, dude, everybody's on edge. That's not something cool for that person to do. Look, it's took into a very heightened situation now because of the first topic that we just spoke about. That got everybody on edge. Did you trying that in Harlem, bro? Dude, everybody in New York, when we heard about what happened to Upstate, it's like, nah. We not finna let anything like that slide at all. If that even remotely looks something similar, everybody's on their P's and Q's. So for dude to even, bruh, oh man, dude, like, are you gonna come out with a syringe though? You threaten people with syringes? Like, you know what I'm saying? With some boiled crack or some shit inside of it. Pardon my language. That's wild, bro. That's a different level of like defending yourself. A lot of people, I'm not trying to take that. You know what I'm saying? I might rather take a stab than a syringe because I don't know what's in that, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's wild, bro.
Yes. So what happened? What happened was the gentleman was trying to steal 2 beers at a deli in Harlem. he was trying to get. He was thirsty, man. Oh my god, we shouldn't laugh, but it's bizarre. And so like the what do you call it? The guys working there, like those boys were not having it, and so he pulled out a syringe and he was like, what do you call it? Trying to get at him, and and apparently they subdued the gentleman, and he what do you call it? He didn't get his beers that day, but he got I think he got lumped up. He got more than he got more than he asked. He bargained.
Of course.
No, but honestly, I'm not
sorry.
I'm not gonna put the blame on him for that. Because working store security, like working for asset protection security in my past, like for Best Buy, a lot of these people, bro, they be drugs. You go to the methadone clinic, bro.
B, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're breaking up a lot, like in and out. I'm not sure if your service is.
You get it out.
Service acting up. Sorry about that.
Yeah, man.
McDonald's Wi-Fi, bro.
That Cricket Mobile, man. While you situate that, look, I don't even mean to make light of the situation, man, but my guy said to steal 2 beers.
2 beers.
Listen, man. For me, like, all right, so he should actually count his blessings because he didn't even look too bad sitting there zip tied up. Because again, this is New York City. This is Harlem, New York. And you thought it was A-okay for you to just walk into a business establishment. and again, not to be funny about it, but it's like, look how many syringes, look at the amount of ammo that he had. Like, I feel like you could just walk around with one big syringe and you can repoke people with that. But why did he have so many of them as if it was like ammo for a weapon that he was shooting, like he was shooting them out of a Nerf gun?
Nah, hold up.
What's up, B?
All right, here's the thing though. Working for asset protection and working for shelters and shit, and working for different places like different stores and shelters. Working security, I've seen this a lot. When they go to the methadone clinics or they go to a clinic to get, because they going through withdrawals and shit from heroin, because you probably heroin addict. They give them a big bag of syringes. Yes. And this gentleman, and they go and they use the syringes to get high, and 9 times out of 10, those are the syringes they're gonna use.
Yeah, they give them clean syringes so they don't
they don't use dirty syringes, don't share syringes. So that's probably what happened. People got caught with the syringes, but he probably got caught with the syringes, and they thought that's what he's gonna do. He probably gonna have down his head, probably what he was thinking of doing, try to get out of the situation. But that's not what his intention was. Essentially, the syringe is for his personal use, or to use with his friends to smoke heroin, or to shoot up heroin, or shoot up crack, or do whatever.
Can I ask you a question? You said it wasn't his intent to use, but he pulled it out as a weapon of choice. So because
the video show he has a pack. He pulled out a pack, a whole bag full. They ain't sure he put out one individual. He put out a whole bag full of them.
Yo, shout out to New York for giving crackheads syringes. Well
Yo,
done.
that shit's out of my. That right there pisses me off. Just that. The fact that you giving them syringes, knowing that they have an addiction. Now you just amming them up, giving.
No. Shout out Joe Biden for that. All you people who kept saying Joe Biden. Shout out to that man because he put a lot of money towards giving out syringes in the middle of COVID. He passed the bill. Shout out to that guy.
I mean, I get it though. I get it. You don't want like diseases or HIV to be passed around because that was a big way like that stuff was being spread. If you give a patient clean syringes, 100%, like they're not gonna they're not gonna contaminate themselves or other people, saving lives. What do you call it in the long run? So I understand it. I get it. I understand that aspect of it, but in order to really do a service, you should not only give people syringes, but you should also give them some type of therapy or counseling to try to figure out what's going on so that they can kind of let go of their addiction or start moving away from it, or at least start figuring out what the issue is.
Honestly, I feel weird about that. The reason why is because, let's say, for instance, I wanted to stop smoking, right? But if I wanted to stop smoking and somebody's like, yeah, bro, you should stop smoking. And then the city goes, listen, we're going to start giving you guys roll up. We don't want you guys smoking the same roll up because you know what I'm saying? People getting this mouth to mouth disease. It's just more roll up. You know what I'm saying? Here's free roll up. I don't think I'm going to be inclined to stop. Like that seems to just be feeding the scenario.
I agree.
But I do understand your side. I just want to kind of speak on the opposite side of that situation where it still kind of like stimulates the idea of doing it, even though it does save a lot of lives. I can attest to that. So, it's a double-edged sword. That's the best way to say it.
Well, the thing is, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. But the problem is they're not going all the way, or they're not finishing up. A lot of like, I believe it's Norway and certain European cultures. Instead of just like, they'll give you drugs, but on top of giving you drugs, they'll also say, well, you have to speak to somebody, right, about the drugs before you get it, right? And then that person will talk about it, and then they'll shoot up their drugs or whatever, as opposed to New York where they just give you methadone shots 2 times a week. Wednesday, by me, downtown Brooklyn, I believe it's Wednesday and Thursday or something like that, because that's when it's always crazy over there. But going back to my first point, you have to talk to somebody, a counselor, to kind of start digging deeper. With those individuals, the likelihood of them coming off of beating their addiction is a lot higher than the process and the system that we have now.
You sound very familiar. You know a lot. He's like Wednesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m.
I work downtown Brooklyn. So
you sure?
I work downtown Brooklyn. So and they get the shots right around like the corner for me, bro. Those days, it's going to be some stuff because these dudes are out and they are lit up. I also used to work in Union Square, and in Union Square they did it twice a week. Also, these dudes would line up and they would just be lit after. You'd be just in the park, walking around, just like zombies.
And quick question for you guys, right? One of the main things that I noticed in the video, aside from a bag of syringes, was the amount of police officers just circling him. Was that for his protection because they felt the neighborhood was about to put their hands on him?
Probably.
Is that what that was?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, like why they surrounded him like that?
I would though if I was a cop, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a cop. Shout out to the cops that do their jobs every day. But I would think, hey, listen, with everything like Dice said, with everything happening the past week with Buffalo and these racial tensions on edge, yeah, you should put a wall of cops before they kill this crackhead.
Yep, definitely, most definitely.
Yeah, because I was like, they're circling him like there's sharks in the water, and I was like,
There were actually sharks in the water, ready to eat that man alive.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna make an example. But look, I mean, obviously the people got to him before the cops got to him, and they let him, because if they really wanted to do what they wanted to do, he wouldn't have looked. And here's the thing, like with him crying there, I was like, look at these crocodile tears. Like, come on, dude. You know,
Well, he's
But you
crying. He
never
didn't
know.
he didn't get his drink.
No,
That's
no,
why
no.
he's crying. I'd be
I think it
crying
was
too.
real.
Nah, you can't say he's crying for crocodile. You don't
I
know.
think it was real.
You don't know what happened before the cop got the tapes all rolling, bro.
Bro, they what do you call it? They took his beers. I'd be crying too, man. Shoot.
I'm pretty sure they took his beers and they whooped him too. So I would have been crying too. And then now you there surrounded by the people that whoop your ass and they're crying. Say,
nah,
bro,
they didn't whoop him. He looked all right. They didn't clean him up.
Yeah,
He looked all right.
They
like,
didn't Dave Chappelle him.
Yeah.
They didn't Dave Chappelle him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle. Well done.
yup, my God.
You know why? Because he had a couple Brooklyn dudes in the back. I'm telling you.
Chappelle's like, hey, yo, you gonna start some stuff? You're gonna start some ish. You're gonna get it.
Yeah. Like, you're lucky my crew wasn't there. Nah, but yeah, that's crazy, man. I thought that was crazy. I was like, syringes. Like, this guy's out here trying to create the apocalypse.
When I first seen that, bro, I already figured what was going on. I'm like, hold up. Exactly, you look where it's at, bro. There's a methadone clinic not that far from there. So I'm pretty sure he went to the methadone clinic and that's what they gave him, bro, to help him. And I don't see how you help someone beat their addiction, bro, by giving them syringes, bro.
No, bro. It's a double-edged sword. Q was right. It helps a lot and it keeps a lot. Like, you gotta understand, it's kind of like this. The best way to say it is like this. All right. So if you are in a hospital, right, and you get a lot of patients who deal with drugs, it's not just the drugs you're dealing with. It's these diseases that they're spreading. This becomes such a thing that it's like they're dying of multiple different circumstances. This overcrowds the whole hospital situation. This turns into a whole madness type. It becomes a real big thing. So what he's saying is like, it's a fact. It may seem like it's help, but it's doing a lot more saving on the terms of health and the crisis of what it can cause of so much people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being unhealthy and, you know what I mean, having different diseases spreading back and forth. So
yeah, think about it. If you just have a drug problem, you just have a drug problem. If you have a drug and STD problem, or a drug
and disease
like just being spread, because you have to understand, these people go home. Some of these people have homes and they have people that live there. They have kids there. You know, like, you never know. Like, some kid playing around in Uncle Crackhead's like crack room, and he or she gets stabbed, you know, with one of these. All of a sudden, that kid has some type of disease, you know, for no reason. Again, it's a little more. It's more complicated because humans are complicated. We live complicated lives.
But for me, I'd rather see Uncle Crackhead off crack than helping him. How about you help him get help?
Listen,
I get it. No, I agree. I agree with you.
The fight that you're doing is right, but it's like, it's the situation that it's like, if you try to do as much control as you can before attacking the big thing. Not only that, let's be real here. Like, a lot of states, countries, they make a lot of money off of this shit, bro. I mean, I'm
True.
just, you gotta kind of,
No.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to. Let's not get into that, but there's other reasons into why, you know, without getting all in, you know.
Yeah.
Tinfoil ninjas. Let's go.
No,
No.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that.
Here we go. Go.
Now, what I'm gonna start doing now.
He got his Men in Black shades on. He's ready.
He does. He's gonna.
The Men in Black shades.
My man's gonna put it up. Look at right here. Boom.
You stupid.
Yo, look at
this. The main reason why, as you can see the reflection, bro. This joint be hella bright in my eyes, bro. And I'm like, nah, I need something that should be making my eyes hurt after a while. But nonetheless. What I'm gonna start doing,
cool dice.
I'm gonna be sending Jimmy a lot of this shit, at which I'm backing up what I'm saying. A lot of shit that I'm saying, it's not just off me, just a conspiracy. There's actually evidence of what I'm speaking about.
Oh shit.
Miami, like, I mean, do we need to, like? It's evidence.
Cocaine Cowboys.
It's evidence. I'm just saying, bro. But anyways,
we could do a show.
We could do a show like that, bro.
Yeah, I can do the shit all day, but it's no need to do that. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, though, it's more to it. Bottom line, it's more to it.
I hear you. All right, so again, happy no one was stabbed by a syringe Or
no one died.
No one died. Everything was, smooth. So shout out to Harlem, New York for.
There is a fifth
That's a
dimension,
fact.
middle ground.
What happened?
Someone is watching The Wizard of Oz in the background. That's
No,
cute.
I was trying to get the Twilight Zone theme.
He's stupid.
Yo, I know when Dice is going in. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, not the
Theories
theme.
of
That was
common
the
man.
show.
And how it's being controlled by something bigger.
All right, so let's get into the main story of the night. I know Dyson B. Yeah, I felt real strong about this, but let's put it on the screen so we can get right to it.
So let's talk about what you was talking about, what you saw on social media today. How do we say that though?
Because it's like it's so apparent that I don't want to say it to like point any directions or fingers.
I mean, it's gonna be a broad topic. Like what? How do we start?
Okay,
that,
so I find. No, I don't find, because let's have the conversation. What is more important, perception or reality?
For me, reality.
Okay.
Reality.
Okay, so
my reality is more important.
Your reality, not the truth of it all, just your truth or your reality. I'm saying, like, what is more certain? What is more important, the perception of how we see a thing or what that thing really is? And I'm going to give you an example.
What the thing really is.
What's more important, the fact that Martin Luther King is the man that we see that fought for freedom, or the fact that he was cheating on his wife?
Jesus. I think, ooh, no, move.
What's more important?
I love you, baby.
What's more important? Because that is the reality of the fact. He was a great man who knew God's word, who led people to freedom. He was cheating on his wife. That is a fact. So what is more important? Is it more important that we see him as that man who gave that amazing speech on that amazing day and led amazing people to freedom? Or is it important that we know, or is it important that we knew both?
I think it's both.
But that's hindsight. That's hindsight. You see what I'm saying?
Reality is more important. I think reality is important.
But
reality,
to you,
but
what's more important to the overall picture?
Fucking perception.
Thank you. It's more important
to me because outside of Martin Luther King, let me give you an example. He's a great father. He's a great father. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He's a great CEO. He's an entrepreneur.
He's such a boss.
He's such a boss.
He's a boss.
Look at that man. He's a boss.
Look at him.
He's a great father. Look at him, that strong black man.
Look at him being at his kid's game.
Look at him. He's a great father. He's a boss. He's a strong black man.
Look at him posting his wife. Look at him.
Look at him.
On date night. Look at him.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. You're not a good communicator. You don't value her feelings. But he's great in all these other aspects. How are you a great leader, a great CEO, a great black man, a great father, a great leader in any aspect? You're not a great husband, a great communicator, a great...
You're a liar.
You're not great.
You're a liar.
Not great.
You're a liar.
You're not great.
So that's my
You're
point.
You're not great.
So I posted this.
You're not great. God, you're not. That is triggering.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you showing these kids you a good father and you don't respect their mother? How are you a good father and you don't respect who brought them into this world?
Carried them.
You're not a great dad, my nigga. You're an okay human.
You're present in the sense of...
I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. I just got worked. What did you put in this drink?
No, but seriously, it's like, okay, so for an example, if I'm a good person to you, but I'm not a good person...
Oh, no, come on, baby, please.
I'm not a good person to...
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, who would like to...
I'll go first.
Your background good, man?
Yes, my background good. The concert finished. Coming from Mrs. I Can't Find a Boyfriend. You can't find a boyfriend, but this is your logic. You talk about something you don't know nothing about. Disrespecting an icon of Black history. Martin Luther King using his name in vain for something you don't know if it's true. You don't know if it was true or not. You're just saying it to prove a point. That's my problem with that decision. One. Two, how are you not a good father? How do you know everyone cheats on their? They basically you just throwing everyone in general and all men cheat on their wives? Because you tell a general statement. Three, what is wrong with the Black woman trying to degrade the Black man all the time?
Did he mute himself?
All
He
right,
muted
listen.
himself. He
I
muted
take
himself.
away all the time. I'm gonna take away all the time for what he said, because Black women don't degrade Black men all the time. It's just an agenda that seems to be being pushed for some strange reason. Not saying that it is happening more, like, you know what I mean, because statistics says otherwise. Anyways, bro, for her to say what she's saying, I mean, she has her own opinion. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. It seems like I read, like, from how she reacted to it, like she was completely and utterly triggered by it. So, like, she's probably had some past tense situations at which she's been cheated on or whatever the case may be, or seen it growing up and just sees this as, like, not to be a man. I can understand that as well. But then there's the side at which, like B said, like, how does she know for a fact that he was doing it? Yes, this is something that if you look it up, there's gonna have some. You're gonna have some substance of people saying yes, he did. The thing is, like, I haven't seen his wife actually come out and speak about the situation. She may have quoted something. Somebody may have interviewed her. If so, please, I would like to know more about that. You know what I'm saying? To look into that. But I haven't actually seen anything from what I've researched. I haven't seen Coretta herself speaking of the situation. So, like, for me, it doesn't seem hardcore fact, but it is something that people said that were supposedly around him. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that there's images of him with other women, but it's not to the extent of, you know, like, he is undoubtedly cheating. I don't know. I can't say. But I'm not taking away that he may have. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless,
tonight, B.
I
Sorry,
do want to say this. What is the reason of bringing up him cheating and, like, keeping the fact that he's held at a high regard, as if the fact that he cheated takes away from what he actually did, right? That's one. Two, why is it the fact that him cheating overpowers the whole idea of what a man is compared to all of the other parts there is to create what a man is? So the other things are ignored, that the fact that he's a good father, so it would have sat better that he wasn't a good father and he cheated. It would have sat better that he wasn't a good father, cheated, and he was bad in society. At which point do we stop this flag from moving between what a good man is? Right now, everyone has their own perception of what that is, and everyone has the freedom to do so. But to extend the general statement that this is what is depicted that makes a man a bad man or not a man. All right, what if there's a bunch of men who's actually very, very faithful to their women, but they're serial killers? Does this in fact mean that, hey, you know what, since he was faithful, it's just fine, he was a better man? Now, I do understand that comparing the two is a very drastic drag, but to me, in the sense of a man, I don't see that as a drag, because there's other parts that he did that was fantastic. And not only that, the age of this man, do people not understand that Martin Luther King was young? Why he did what he did? This is a huge sacrifice, and the fact that, when is the last time we even seen someone of his age to do what he did at that magnitude? During that time, that's the last bit of, I would say, great Black men, or even great men of any sort that I would say, of any race. I'm sorry to say that, but at which are we seeing this? We just seen a whole bunch of destruction in our time, and people aren't really standing up for much to that extent to cause actual real change for themselves, because there were solo people like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. Now, they had other people and constituents that helped, but to the effect of what they did, they were one of a kind. You know what I mean? So to, like, I pull that small piece out, seems to be very drastic in her response, and the way that they were kind of leveling the playing field of, this is what a man is if he cheats, compared to what this is what a man is looked at of all of the things that he do. It's like, why is that a comparison at all? I do understand the point of what they're doing. That's gonna bring more views and things, but I mean, come on, man. Like you dragging this to a whole other point of like crucifying a staple. You know what I'm saying? And like it's again what B said. This seems really, really, really harsh and direct towards black men because of the man that he is and the fact that he's a black man and what he has done. It seems so much of an attack. Like, why is that such the stance that they've taken rather than the question? You know what I'm saying? I can understand the question of it, but to attack him on top of the question, it just seems really, really like it's messed up, dude. And
it's crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
It's look. I took a lot of things from that, right? One, I didn't know she had a podcast, but it looks really nice. Audio is great. I love the background. So shout out to them. They doing their thing. However, on this topic specifically, a few things, right? Obviously, B.Simone was heavily triggered, like you said. So clearly, there's something that she's going through or that she's went through that obviously has her scarred, which caused the extra intensity going into this Martin Luther King thing, right? Again, I've never heard that this man is cheated ever. Not to say that it isn't true, right? But for me, again, agreeing with Dice here is what does that have to do with everything else? You know, she's saying, well, you're not a good father because you cheated on me. Being a father to my children has nothing to do with our relationship. Me and you are husband and wife. If I cheat on you and I'm not loyal to you, yes, I am doing you a disservice. But if I'm making sure my kids are good, they're fed, they have a place to stay, they don't need for anything, I'm always there for them, I don't miss any games. It just doesn't coordinate. What she's doing is she's attaching that to everything else. So because he cheated on me, he's not a good dad, he's not a good person in society, he's garbage, he's trash, as she's putting it. But for me, I don't think no one is perfect, right? We need to get out of this notion, right? Let's just go with the he cheated. Great. You know, sure, it's a terrible thing. We understand, we're not condoning that aspect, but you can't take away what he's done for the culture, for people. You wouldn't be here. None of us would be here shooting a podcast live, relaxing, enjoying, being in our own homes, living the freedoms that we have if it wasn't for people like Martin Luther King. He literally has an entire day dedicated to him. That should speak volumes. And I just think she chose the worst example to use, because again, him being a cheater, if that is the case, doesn't take away, has nothing to do with what he's done for the culture. It doesn't affect anything. That's in his personal life, his personal, vices, whatever he wants to do on his personal time. But when it came to marching, when it came to sacrificing, to putting his life on the line so that his people could see a better tomorrow, he was consistent in that. So for me, I don't have too much to say about it, but what I will say is those things have nothing to do with one. I think they was just looking for a reason just to attack him. It's stupid. He cheated, but because he cheated,
no. Let's not say he cheated. Let's say she started some bullshit. Well,
I'm just saying, even if he did, what I'm saying is, even if he did cheat, let's just say, because we don't know. I mean, if they're the way that they're speaking about it strongly is obviously
it's like they knew. They
must
know
have,
he cheated.
They must have run into it. I mean, information is out there. I just don't follow that information. Like my wife will give me a bunch of information about a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of things going on in the world that I had no idea about, because I just don't follow things like that. So maybe something did come out where it I'm not going to say he didn't cheat. The way that they were speaking strongly is as if they have a really good source of information. Right. But my argument is, what does him cheating on his wife have to do with the other stuff?
Culture.
What it has nothing to do. So you want to erase everything, all that he's done, and say he's not a good person because he cheated on his wife? I mean,
Also, bro, the main thing that's missing is, did he not respect her in every aspect in the public eye? Did he get found? There was no disgrace put on her name. This is the part that I've seen. Yo, listen, he held her at a very high regard. Like he never disrespected. He never talked ill. He let her do her thing. He never seemed to try to steer. It doesn't seem that way, or in anything that I've seen from my research on Martin Luther King. It's crazy. like to hold that up, like you said. She's attaching it.
What's up, Q?
Well, this is what's up. We live in an age where no matter what you are, or how high or how low you are, or no matter what you've accomplished in either the media world, you have a platform, you have a voice. Anybody can do it. I can start a page. I have an Instagram, Instacuber. Hit me up. I can say whatever I want, right? And if I say enough salacious things, guess what? I can what do you call it?
Sorry, Q. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm sorry, B. We not doing this tonight.
This guy B.
God damn.
Yo, B, man, you're fired after this one, bro. Like what I was saying was anybody can have a platform. B.Simone is not even an actress, because usually I'm complaining about these goofy actors and actresses, which we shouldn't even be following. Like they have some type of what do you call it? Like they have some type, like they have the pulse of the nation or the community, and they can talk on anything. Like I feel like we give them too much power. In what do you call it? In and of itself, people like B.Simone, who's on Wild 'N Out season 9, what do you call it? Entrepreneur, from what I'm hearing, a model. You know what I'm saying? If you like that type, like these are the goofy people that we're listening to. Like JFK cheated with Marilyn Monroe. She didn't say I had nothing to say with that. Actually, JFK, what do you call it? Cheated with Marilyn Monroe, and then Marilyn Monroe, like what do you call it, was messing around with JFK's brother Bobby. No smoke for that. No smoke for those guys. All right, one of the greatest presidents of all time. Right. I would say with Martin Luther King, with his civil rights movement, which helped to put a spotlight on all the injustices that we as Black people were going through. What do you call it? Post the Jim Crow era. During the Jim Crow era. What do you call it? Setting up marches, getting people together, taking beatings. What do you call it? On TV, night after night after night after night, knowing, we're gonna march, we're gonna protest, and we're gonna get our asses beat. We're gonna sit down and do everything against our nature, sitting down and letting cops turn hoses on us, set dogs on us, and beat us just so that we can be caught on TV and to show every other person in America and the world the injustices that Black people have to face. This is the person that was able to do all of this, and he's not great. He's not great. Literally have a whole day, like you said, Prada, to him, because guess what? He martyred himself. He got assassinated because he was too powerful. He was becoming too strong. And he died essentially for all of us, and for B.Simone to have this opinion to call him not great. I feel like I'm living in a totally an upside down universe where stupid people, unimportant people who will never have named a day named after them in history can talk about real, actual people who actually did things, who actually impacted history, who actually was a force of nature to push Black people up on his bones. She's dancing on it, peeing on his grave. This is disgusting. B.Simone is a trash person and is my trash clown of the week. And you know how I like to throw people out. Throw her in the garbage. Every week somebody goes in the garbage. She goes, I was going to put the crackhead in the garbage. No. I was going to put the 911 caller in the garbage. She belongs in the garbage too. But B.Simone, you're in the trash. You suck. You're a terrible person. Get the hell out of here. Garbage individual. And I don't get upset. I don't get upset. But this is come on. How much more are we gonna take? We're just gonna let this happen? Yo, these goofy, this is crazy. Like it's and nothing. You can't be a man at all. Like everything, even the greatest men of us like black men have to be superheroes. They have to be damn near Superman to do everything, and even then they still don't get respect. Yo, these people, man, these people are clowns. I'm disgusted with all of them. I apologize for my passion, gentlemen.
No,
This
no,
stuff
no, no, no.
really makes me
I
upset.
love it, man.
No, it's true, and it was done respectfully. And look, man, and her friend too. Her friend's the one that brought it up. So
Yeah, she's a garbage person too. Her and her little clown.
and
Clown
she's
friend.
like, well, perception versus reality. Reality is that every black person here today gets to enjoy what we're enjoying because of people like him, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks. Like we could go through the names and names and names and names, but it's because of those people and
Nat
so many
Turner.
others. There's so many others that are not even famous on their level because many people died for us, right? But
Yes.
it's like for you just to take, let's just go with it's true, for you to just take that one flaw and try to erase because of that flaw everything else is doesn't mean anything. He's not great. Sounds ridiculous to me. Because we would still,
Gotta be
if
kidding
it
me.
wasn't for people like that, we're talking about segregated schools. We're talking about we can't drink from the same fountains. Not that we drink from fountains anymore. We're talking about you got to sit in the back of the bus. We're talking about a whole bunch of different other things, man.
This is
So-
what this is what our forefathers died for, man. This is what our forefathers died for. Trash heaps like B.Simone. What do you call it? Know nothings, do nothing. What do you call it? Wannabe goofy ass social media stars. Get the hell out of here. I'm disgusted.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And you could tell, like I said, man, she definitely took that personal. She sounds scarred. She sounds like she was hurt.
I don't
like she
care.
was cheated
I
on.
don't care. I don't care. First off, Jimmy. First off, you don't know. Jimmy, you don't know. A lot of
Yeah.
people just internalize stuff.
Yeah.
Some people, like I know people who are like, "Oh my God, my mom, my dad cheated on my mom, and what do you call it? I was never able to look at him the same way." That's none of your business, dude. That's none of your business. And how are you internalizing somebody else's thing? Like I've never heard of Coretta Scott King coming out and saying that he was trash, he wasn't a great man, and I was hurt by it. But B.Simone gets to talk about it. Get the hell out of here, man.
See?
Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. I don't buy it. And like, I can't let like black men like we have a way of just like letting this pass. Like, oh well, you know, she might have been hurt by. I don't listen. First off, let's not speak of things we don't know. Let's not speak of anything we don't know because I won't give you the benefit of the doubt. All right, not even if you're, especially if you're stupid.
And you know what's crazy too? Specifically, black men, we do that, where we're like, you know, but we don't get that. It's so crazy how the black man is so terrible and all these things, but we're like the first one to be so willing to forgive or to try to understand the person, you know, instead of just crucifying them, right? You see
Black
what we're
men are
doing
not
here?
terrible. Black men are not terrible. CDC says that what do you call it? CDC wrote an article about the black men. Black men are the what do you call it? Probably the best to raise families with, according to the CDC in America. Okay, so okay, just because what do you call it? Your people, your women, because it always starts within yourself. The crab's in a barrel, right? So what do you call it? Just because somebody or some goofy broad, what do you call it, who's internalized somebody else's pain or has her own internal things, just because she feels a certain way, that doesn't mean you get to paint the brush. What do you call it, of the whole race because of your trash. What do you call it? Your trash upbringing.
Choices.
Trash upbringing and or choices. I'm sorry, man. Listen. I don't. Well, pause. Mute B. Yeah. Listen, I've dated some trash bag women, 100%. But that's not their fault. That's my fault. I chose wrong. I picked poorly. I'm never gonna trash any of my exes, and you'll never hear me trash any of my exes because that was on me, baby. You know when I started having better relationships, when I started picking better. Period. So I don't take it as an excuse where you can say, well, I went through this, so everybody else has to pay for it, and all guys are trash. That's like me saying all women are trash. That's not fair. That's not cool. I can't do that.
But it's a thing, especially and we can speak here as men. And ladies, look, you know, we're never gonna have a woman's perspective because there's no women here. So feel free to join the pod whenever you guys want to do that. But look, Like for us men, a lot of things that I notice is that a woman will take one thing and tie it into everything, like something that has no connection whatsoever, and they'll try to take that one thing that you did and then tie it into like 50 other different things. And I felt like that's what she was doing there. Like, yeah, he cheated, so he wasn't great in this category, this category, this category, this category, this no. Listen, right? You get a school report card, right? Fine, you failed math, but if you did excellent in social studies, science, and all these other subject matters, it's a completely separate matter. You can't say just because you failed math, the entire report card means nothing and you have to start the entire grade over. You get what I'm saying? So I just felt like she was coupling, everything off of that. So, again, it's sad that it's even two black women, with such a platform, because it wasn't watched by one person, 10 people. This is probably like over 100,000 views. And you just have a bunch of women in there like, yeah, hip hip hooray, and yeah, that's right. And I'm just like, you guys don't see bigger picture. Like, you're looking at the one thing. Are we really forgetting everything else that the man did? The one thing you're honing on, that's all you can hone in on.
I don't think
What's up, B?
I don't think like the beginning. I think they basically trying to tarnish his reputation. They tarnishing his history. Where he studied,
where you at, B?
What he was about.
We can't see you, man. We can't see you, B.
Yo, B's in the closet, bro.
You're not in the back of a Mustang. Cut it out, man. Don't let me start roasting you. You're not in the back of a Mustang.
Really, I'm in the back of the Mustang, bro.
B, how are you in the back of a Mustang? My daughter don't fit back there. How are you in the back of a Mustang?
No, for real, bro. I'm in the back.
Don't fat shame B, bro. Come on.
That's not what I'm doing. B is like 6'8", like inches. Like, there's no way.
Bro, I'm in the back of the Mustang. I promise you, bro.
All right, put the camera in the front. Let me see. Where's the front? Let me see.
How do you look?
Oh my God, yo, B stayed the real.
Listen, Dad, my brother's mom.
Yo,
they got this boy B folded up like a pretzel in the back of the. Holy, wow, I can't, man. I can't, man. Every time, B, bro.
Yo, let me just minimize this shit, bro. My guy is this guy is like 6 feet 8 inches tall, bro. There's no way you back there right now. Oh my God.
I'm for real, bro. In the back of the Mustang, bro.
B, man, you gotta come out with me some more, man. I gotta take you out, man. Whatever life you're living, I gotta take you away from this life, man. Listen.
Bro, okay.
Listen, we're not talking about the Mustang Mach-E, not the SUV. We talking convertible drop top, boy. Yo, back there is small, bro.
It's tiny, bro.
I'm comfortable.
I'm comfortable. Here we go.
Oh, you're not comfortable.
No, really.
Stop the cap. You're not comfortable.
All right.
No, for real, bro. No, bro. But honestly, bro, they're trying to challenge his reputation, bro. How you got that much? No, ain't clip on, but how you got that much?
I'm sorry, because I heard my dad in the background. You having a whole convo.
No,
go ahead, B.
Yeah, but how do you go and try to say this man did that without having no proof? His wife never said he did it. You just said he did it. Like, that's not right.
Whether it's true or not, but here's the thing about this, right? This came out years ago. I think like something like 10 years ago, like that over 10 years ago that he cheated on his wife. Like, but here's the thing: his wife didn't say nothing about it. You don't know what they had agreed upon in their relationship. Who knows? You're just talking that it's terrible. It's a terrible thing, but you don't know what they had. What they had, like what she said. Like, she said, hey, yeah, you can, whether or not she gave him permission or not, or she knew of it. Like, there are plenty of polyamorous relationships right now where I know personally a couple married couples. They're like, well, we're together, but you can do this, that, and a third on certain days of the week. Period. You can pursue other things or relationships, and that's on both ends. All right. Some on just one end. Again, I don't know. The thing, we don't know. Mm-hmm. Neither does B.Simone. And if he did, who cares? How are you going to negate all the freedoms that you have because of this man?
Yeah. Why is it relevant? It's irrelevant to what? I don't get it. It's irrelevant.
Where was all the smoke for what do you call it? For Peyton, what do you call it? What's his name? The Buffalo shooter. There's no smoke for this guy. There's no. I heard more smoke for Kevin Samuels when he passed away than for this dude that's literally trying to kill black people. Well, we won't talk about that though. We'll talk about Martin Luther King, God rest his soul, and Coretta Scott King and their relationship and what may or may not have happened.
Facts.
What do you call it?
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Final thoughts for the night, gentlemen. I guess I'll start it off with look, man, this world is dangerous on all fronts from different angles. We have our own people attacking our greats. We have other cultures coming in and trying to kill us by the boatload. You know, again, I thought this was a different type of story, but this guy is just robbing people with syringes. But listen, man, it's just not safe out here, man, and we just have to be on guard. And and it's kind of sad to do that. Like wherever I go now, I gotta make sure my spider senses is on alert because it could go down anywhere, man. And at a time like this, you would think it would be a time of like uplifting and doing all of these things. And again, B.Simone, I don't follow her. I don't really know who she is. I spoke to my wife about her. My wife was like, she's trash. So, I'm like, damn, that should tell you everything you need to know, I guess. Because women follow social media and celebrity stuff, obviously more than I do. But yeah, man, it kind of sucked just to see her go at him like that. If they wanted to really talk about cheating, they could have used any other person for an example. There's plenty. It was alive that didn't do anything for the culture.
And who wasn't ahead of the civil rights movement? Huh?
They could have said Derek Jackson. They could have used him. Would he not have been perfect?
Right. Yo, facts.
He would have been perfect for that. For that scenario that they were discussing, like because he portrayed himself to be this guy, this guru, how to treat ladies while he was doing his girl dirty. So I felt like that was the more appropriate example opposed to Martin Luther King. God rest his soul. But yeah, that's my take on everything we discussed tonight.
All right, let B go so his background don't get caught up.
I'm not gonna even put him on the big screen. He blacked out.
Yo, I'm weak. All right, my final thoughts is kind of second to what you said. Yo, listen, I don't want to make it like solid just on us, but like it seems to be our culture is being attacked from both sides, and then bringing in what she's saying, B.Simone, the black man is now gotta worry about that too. So it's like, hey, listen, fellas, please understand that like it's not all bad. It may look that way. It's not all bad. There's a lot of women who don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up like B. Don't get jaded. But those that actually
I'm not jaded completely.
Slide them to the side and continue to support the black woman. You know what I'm saying? Be there as you see fit. Do as you need. But if they move in the way that they moving like her, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, respect is given as much as it's given back. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, I think we got to be more wiser towards the dangers and like the type of warfare we in, because it's like we not together mentally as a. Think about it, son. If it was to be some type of foil hat situation going on, we'll be losing at all angles. So I'm saying we need to get better at intelligence, being there for each other. You know what I'm saying? Paying way more attention to our environment because it's a lot more going on, man. These food plants going on fire, the infamil low. It's so much going on, and people only paying attention to the small little details and the stuff that's in the media for a day or two, and then something else happened the next past few days. We got to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Have some type of goal into doing something better for yourself and also giving back for our people and also keeping each other safe. We got to move more as a unit, man, because this separation is not helping, man, on what's going on. And it's a lot of things happening in our environment that's making it worse for us to even remotely survive. So to be at each other's neck, this is not the time for that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of greatness happening within our culture at the same time. So I'm not going to let all of this shade that. And a lot of bad things that's happening is and being shown to us is happening because of the greatness that's actually happening. They don't want to show that. So you know what I mean? I always want to speak out on that because a lot of research I'm doing is a lot of great happening, man. A lot of great stuff that we're doing as a community. I don't want to let all of this overshine that.
Absolutely.
Preach. Go ahead, B.
What I don't understand though, bro, is why is always the black queen turning down the black man. That still hurts my heart, but that she can actually do that. That she can actually say that about Martin Luther King, bro. Like, again, bro, another time we talked about the syringes in Harlem, bro. I don't agree with giving them syringes. It's gonna help them. It's gonna help them, bro. I don't see that helping, bro. Giving them help is giving help. That's not giving help, bro. And then I think that the operator, bro, I think she deserves to get fired and more. Because what she could have prevented and she didn't do, bro. I'm like, how can you hang up the phone on someone's face, bro? No one, you hear them whisper, bro. That means they're in distress. Because no one whispers on purpose. But bro, I just think there's a lot of things going on in this world, bro, that we need to get our eyes open to and be more aware of and be careful with our surroundings, bro. Because a lot of things that I'm just seeing and just watching, bro, I'm starting to be. I feel like it's the end of days, bro. I'm just like, how, bro? How are these things getting? How are these things happening? And people just allowing these things to happen, and there's people that actually helping these people do certain things, and it just makes me sick, bro. Not just make me sick to my stomach, bro. Someone could just walk in a grocery store and shooting everybody, and then when he sees another white person, he says, "Oh, sorry." Really, bro? Come on, like, what is this world coming to? What is this world coming to? That's, and then the operator can hang up the phone on someone's face. Really? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just like, at this point, bro, I'm just like, I don't want to say I'm gonna give up, but I'm just scared. I'm scared, bro. I'm just scared to see what's coming. What's the next headline, bro? What's the next headline? I'm gonna see the news stories, bro. What's the next headline, bro? If we've seen this so far, and this is just the mid of, it's not even the end of May, bro. This is just the mid of May. You have a black woman as like B.Simone to actually talk down about a civil rights leader, someone that did for us, bro, to help us get places. And this is how she talks about him, bro. And she says it it's not only her, bro. Millions of other women just sitting there commenting and agreeing what she's saying. Like, I'm not gonna, like, Dice said I'm jaded. I'm not dating the black one, bro. I love my black queen. But I'm just saying, bro, they just gotta. They gotta, like, bro, they support us, lift us up. Stop taking us down. Stop breaking us down, bro. Stop taking us and using us as pedestals, bro. Like, for them to get up top and you're not worth nothing. That hurts, bro. That hurts to see everything, bro. I'm not jaded, bro. I'm a happy-go-lucky person, bro. I'm kind of, I could say I'm toxic, kind of. But I'm not jaded, bro.
Yo, listen. Jaded don't mean you're sad, bro. It don't mean you're sad. It means.
Well, I don't know what definition of jaded means. I thought I was sad, bro. I'm not sad. I thought I was sad. I swear.
Nah, but that's the way it sounded like you took it. Like I said, you sad. Nah, you're not sad. You're just jaded.
No. I'm gonna look at the definition of jaded, then, bro.
Yeah, Q, we lost you on the visuals, baby.
No, I'm for
yeah, I had to be out, man. I can't, man. I can't.
No final thoughts.
No.
Yeah, all we got now is the voice of Q.
Bro, listen, man. We gotta move a little bit better. People who are saying things like B.Simone, we should shout them down the same way like we shout a lot of things down. We should call these people out because there shouldn't be Listen, if you support her, fine, go for it. Like there's a listen, that's the person you agree with and align with, go for it. But if you have people like this in your life, guys and girls, you should not have them in your lives for long. You got to get rid of these people. You got to stop giving these people like air. Like if they want to scream and say these horrible things on YouTube, on on social media, on media, and they think that that's okay. If you're supporting them, you're part of the problem. I don't support anything that I don't believe in. You know, if I find out I know anybody that's like that supports this type of rhetoric and this type of mentality, I just take them out of my life. I keep them all far away from me. We should build ourselves, gents. You know, we should keep talking about this stuff. Shout out to all my beautiful people, all my beautiful patriarchs and matriarchs that lost their lives in in that shooting. And shout out, one thing I'm just remembering now. Shout out to the brother who lost his life trying to take down that shooter. You know, he lost his life, but he gave like people seconds to get away. You know, just him shooting and engaging this person, and he would have gotten this guy if this guy wasn't wearing such crazy like body armor. But nobody talks about that, right? We're okay not talking about the heroes, right? But we nobody says boo or says anything. This guy should be. They should have a march for him, you know, in the streets, taking his casket down as the guy that tried, you know, the man that gave his life, put his life down and did his job. You know, there are a lot of security again. So we may look past security guards like they ain't nothing, or all these guys don't have like any type of real work, but this is what they do. Like the one off chance they do, they step up and they.
Well, that's what happens when Q loses his visuals. His mic also went out, but he was spitting that gospel.
Yep.
We'll give him a few seconds to come back. See, man. Look, man. Let me tell you something, man. Oh, he's completely gone. Look, man. That's what happened.
He was on the road too, bro.
Yeah, that's that McDonald's Wi-Fi. You know, once McDonald's closed, they shut down their Wi-Fi too. So.
Hell yeah.
So my guy is gone. But gentlemen, viewers, everyone, thank you for joining us tonight.
Appreciate y'all.
Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment.
Please share the podcast. Please share.
You can also join us on the show, man. You can also join. You could be like B and have your screen here, man. I mean, but just don't hide your face like B is doing.
Bro, it ain't my fault, bro. I'm in the back of the Mustang, bro.
Stop saying that, bro. You sound like you in a kid seat. Because that's the only way, bro. It's the only way.
Bro, I wish I could take a picture, bro. It's for real, bro.
You don't gotta take a picture, bro. I know exactly what you look like right now, bro. I don't need the photo, man.
So you know.
Yeah, you wildin'. Back there is super uncomfortable, bro. My daughter sits back there. She has to fold her legs, B. You out there sitting back there like you in an Uber XL and shit.
Ain't that uncomfortable, bro. I've been in a more uncomfortable car, bro. Trust me.
All right, yo. See y'all next week, man.
All right.
Who want to test the cards? No, not bomb, but blood rampant. You know me, I murder